We're in a forbidden forest. This area is restricted because of the horrible things that have taken place here. And this will be the first time that this has ever been shown on the internet. So we may have to get out of here real quick. Oh my God, I think I see it. Oh, this is horrible. I don't want to show this to you people, but we have to take a look. Oh my God. What? Jeez. A Tide Pod has hung itself.
And let's begin with the MotoVlog portion of the MotoVlog YouTube people watchers. And today's subject is the YouTube pain in the ass du jour. And that being the latest rules for the partnership program. And that being at least 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of viewage.
That's not a word.
I don't know if you can see this, but apparently the orange cone is a perpetrator. So with the new minimum standards for participation in the partnership program, the only issue I have is, well, if you didn't make the cut, will you ever get enough airtime to get above that? In other words, will you be promoted, or are you destined to the dustbin of YouTube channels? Believe me, I'm not going to quit my day job, and I only joined the partnership program to learn how to do it. Purely an academic exercise. I don't ever expect to get to that point. It'd be nice to know that I could, in theory. So YouTube makes its rules, we live by them. It's not a democracy. The one thing that I did find interesting is, in the fallout of all of this, there are two camps. Those that made it and those that didn't. Those that didn't make the cut fall into two categories. People that are bitching about it, and others that say, hey man, I understand it, it was never my intention, and that's cool. The other camp is those that did make it, and they fall into two camps of reaction. And one is to offer suggestions on how to make it, how to get that those numbers, and the other was what I would say is a slightly cavalier attitude. And that being, well, you weren't good enough to make it, so tough titties. And one of the things you have to remember is that, yes, there's a lot to go into, that goes into making a successful channel, but we also have to not discount luck as being one of the factors. There are those that have huge numbers of subscribers, and although I realize in saying this it's subjective, but their content doesn't warrant that. And conversely, there are those that have great content and will never get the numbers for any number of reasons. But we also have to realize there are also those low sub content creators that there's a reason your shit sucks, man. Well, I think I've said enough on that subject. now let's go to Graffiti Park. Damn it!
Son, we've been concerned about your videos lately.
My videos? What about them?
It's just, well, your editing lacks continuity.
The Hope Outdoor Gallery, or Graffiti Park, is a half-developed plot of land in downtown Austin, initially slated for housing. The property owners ran into zoning issues and abandoned the project. From that time on, the space sat empty. The owners allowed local artists to spray paint the concrete walls.
You want my Instagram? You can check it out when it's done.
Yeah, I'll check it out for sure, man.
Yeah, cool.
Definitely.
The only thing I would say, I think it was probably good to leave the situation.
So, with the ever-increasing size of Austin, there are still pockets of the old Austin that need to stay here, that need to be part of this city. We can't have a complete homogenization of this city where free expression, sans rules, sans regulations are not allowed to flourish. So, yes, it's dirty, it's messy, it's supposed to be. Not everything in Austin needs to be perfectly trimmed, perfectly set aside for those that can afford it. This city still needs something where someone with a spray can express themselves without being told they can't.
Epilogue. Shortly after I recorded this video, the Austin City Council decided to have the site demolished. However, the gallery is relocating and expanding, with the creation of a new 6-acre project launching at 9507 Sherman Road, Carson Creek Ranch in southeast Austin.
And that concludes our broadcast day.
I just want to give a shout out to the fine folks at yourbikergang.com who rolled up on electric mini bikes as they give eco-friendly tours of Austin on what I can only describe as a silent ruckus. Another reason we keep Austin weird.